Representatives from 60 nations, but almost no head of state. The much-anticipated US-led conference to promote peace and security in the Middle East convened on Wednesday evening in the Polish capital Warsaw with little clarity as to what it aimed to achieve. Initially, Washington had said the conference was being organized to confront what it described as the Iranian threat. That didn't sit well with several European countries, forcing President Donald Trump's administration to rename the meeting. Despite this, a small yet well-funded anti-Iranian government protest was held in Warsaw, addressed by one of America's most ardent pro-Israel politicians, former New York Mayor RUDI Giuliani.
Well, I believe there has to be complete change. There has to be a change of regime. There has to be a democratic regime that respects human rights, that's for a non-nuclear Iran, that's for a peaceful Iran. And then we can solve the problems in the Middle East.
The absence of world leaders and the Trump administration's perceived pro-Israeli bias when it comes to dealing with the Middle East is proof the Iranians say that the meeting will fail.
On the Warsaw Conference, I believe it's dead on arrival or dead before arrival. I don't think it would do anything. It's another attempt by the United States to pursue an obsession with Iran that is not well-founded. And I think the fact that they're not even aiming to produce any agreed text, rather they're just attempting to make a statement by themselves on behalf of everybody, indicates to you that they don't even believe it's a serious affair.
Palestinian leaders too have been critical of the meeting, urging fellow Arab nations to downgrade their representation at the conference. They remain angered at the US's decision to move its embassy to illegally occupied Jerusalem and are questioning its ability to act as a mediator for peace. Secretary of State Pompeo has said participants will also focus on discussing the wars in Yemen and Syria and combating groups like ISIL. But when it comes to those conflicts too, there is a lack of diversity in representation, with Russia and the Houthis, for example, not attending. For all the high expectations held by the US for the Warsaw summits, there's just as much cynicism being expressed by countries who continue to view the US's role in the Middle East as destabilizing rather than positive. Now, the Trump administration will point to the fact that the Israeli Prime Minister will be meeting with representatives of Arab regimes in public, but that will have little impact on the daily reality of the millions of Arabs who continue to live either under illegal occupation or trying to survive death and destruction. Jamal, Elshayyal, Al Jazeera, Warsaw.